Okay, good morning everyone. Today is Sunday the 24th of October. Welcome to Kim's video journal. Apologies again that it's late. We've obviously had a lot on our minds going on the last few weeks. Still in, or coming out of lockdown. Having our jaunts out on Sundays, so we're now trying to do the video diary on a Sunday before we shoot out, and hopefully we will not forget anything. Do bear with us on this one because it's trying to remember, as Kim just pointed out, it's trying to remember all the things that have happened in the last month or so since the last video diary, but we shall do our best. I might have to turn the lights on for this because it seems that's a bit better. You can see your smiley face, hun. Okay, we're going to do the normal 20 questions, followed by the book, and then just to see if we can catch up with anything, and go from there. So here we go. What is your name?
Kim Colton.
How old are you?
50.
Whatever you want. 50? Is that what you're sticking with?
50.
Okie dokie. What is your date of birth?
22nd of July.
And the year?
22/7/63.
Who are you talking to?
My husband Steve.
How many children do you have?
4.
What are their names?
Alfie.
No, your children.
No, my children, sorry. My children are Leslie, Christopher, Carly, Michael.
What season are we in?
Autumn.
What are your grandchildren's names?
Mia. I can't remember the new baby's name.
Begins with an L.
Lily.
That's it.
Alfie, Alaya, Corey, I'm forgetting someone. Sky.
Well done. What is your favourite colour?
Orange.
Name a fruit beginning with the letter P.
Pineapple.
What was your last job?
I was an advanced nurse practitioner looking after patients with bowel cancer.
What year is it presently?
It is 2020.
What was the last song you danced with your granddad?
Moon River.
What is 100 minus 3?
I don't know.
That's okay. What is your favourite hobby?
Horse riding.
What town do we live in?
Battlesbridge.
What day is Christmas Day?
2nd of December.
What was the name of yours and Sean's pony?
Angus.
Hold up 3 fingers. Name a Carpenter song you like to sing to.
I'm on top of the world.
Okie dokie. Right, you've got your little book in front of you, which is Rose's Thai Cafe, and you have a number of words there in the menu. See if you can read them.
Small bites. Salads. Soups. Marinades. Noodles. Sweet things.
Okay, well done.
That wasn't easy.
It's still good considering the last time you did that. And the same with the questions as well. As we said, it's trying to remember anything. Have you felt any changes within yourself?
Yeah.
Such as what?
I'm struggling much more with my sight loss. And struggling to dress myself. I can't do it independently anymore. I just feel different.
You sometimes say at night you feel things are different as well when you're watching telly.
Yeah.
How are you with watching telly? Can you see anything on telly?
Very little. I rely on you giving me a commentary.
Stopping the programme every 10 minutes for a quick catch up.
I just don't. I watching the telly is really, really difficult now. I don't really see. My brain just doesn't seem to make sense of it anymore.
Are the things that you still enjoy doing?
Obviously, my horse riding.
Is that affected in any way, do you think, in the last few months?
It has. I used to be able to ride independently, and I don't have confidence to do that anymore.
Why's that?
I just can't rely on my ability to see what I'm supposed to be seeing and doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Can you describe the problem or the sensation when you're on the horse?
I think the one that really unsettles me the most is if the horse moves forwards quite quickly. Basically, I have a moment of being completely blind, which is really unsettling.
You describe that as how? That motion?
It's like seasickness sort of motion, yeah.
So how have you compensated for that problem since?
I have Martin. Martin is my side walker and he's amazing, and he just keeps talking to me the whole time we're riding. So yeah, he really helps me, and I've got a lot of confidence in him as well. I know
Is that any different with, because now two of the ladies have come back, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously
and it's much more challenging, because there's a lot of noise going on and I have to rely on what I'm hearing now rather than what I'm seeing, and so it can be a bit overwhelming.
So it sounds like having Martin there reinforcing.
Really helps.
As I noticed that there are a lot of walkers, and one of the ladies has 3 walkers, another one has 2, you have your 1, and they're all talking.
Yeah.
And obviously the teacher's trying to get across individual commands to the other ladies as well as yourself. So
yeah.
Having Martin there has helped as your journey progresses by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So at least you're persevering with that.
Yeah. My riding is too important, so I have to find a way of, I hate the fact that I'm losing things
Mm-hmm.
that I've always been able to take for granted. But it doesn't stop me. I still enjoy my riding, and yeah, it's just more challenging.
Is there anything else that you notice that you tend to do more of or less of?
I don't know. You're probably a better one.
I know there's something in the mornings I tend to turn on or put on for you as you're getting ready. Well, I'm setting up breakfast.
Yeah, I always watch them.
Now, before that, you listen to something.
Oh, we always have music on in the morning, and I usually do a bit of a jig in the kitchen.
So it seems to be mainly music.
I love music.
Yeah, the music seems to be compensating quite a lot.
Music really lifts me.
That's one thing I've noticed that you're very good at, is when you're, whatever song comes on, you seem to know all the words, even if it's a modern song, which really throws me because I don't know them. And yet you seem to sing each song no matter what comes up.
At the top of my voice. It's not very good, but I don't care. I enjoy it.
We do need the singing for the brain back, don't we, really?
Yeah, I miss my singing for the brain.
So yeah, there's some little pluses there, which is good. Anything else that you can think of that's either positive or negative for you? What about socially? Do you miss anything socially? Or are you enjoying anything different or socially?
I miss that I don't see my grandchildren as much as I would like. Definitely.
Why do you think you don't see them?
They've got busy lives, and I think there's also an element that they don't want to accept what is happening. They don't want to see my decline.
How does that make you feel?
Very sad. Very sad.
it's a normal feeling. I think most people would feel.
I understand it, but it is hard.
I know I try and tell you about anything that happens when they put photos up and things, but it's really hard again there because you can't see any of the pictures or photos, so trying to describe. And then, like you said, they've got quite busy lives.
Really busy lives, and I understand that they're in their 30s, and it's a really intense time in your life, and and I understand that. And work is everything, isn't it? At that age, providing for your family and everything. But I do miss seeing them all. I wish I could see them more.
I know with birthdays and things like that, at least we sort of see them then, don't we?
Yeah.
I can understand how you're feeling. But we've got Christmas to look forward to, so it's just me sorting out presents and bits and pieces. And
we've already, we're just going to go and have dinner at the pub, aren't we?
Fingers crossed. What with lockdown
Fingers
possibly
crossed,
happening again, we may lose the deposit.
Fingers
So
crossed.
we'll see how that goes. It might be that I've got to order some food in after all. But there you go.
I'm sure you'll be getting some food in anyway.
Yeah.
Just in case we get visitors.
So let's see what's different. We've been doing. Obviously, you haven't been doing swimming or sailing because of the motion problems and everything. Since the lockdown has sort of relaxed considerably, we've been doing Sunday jaunts out. So what have you been doing on your Sunday jaunts?
We might go and today we'll be going and having lunch somewhere, I hope. And we found a wonderful fish and chip shop, best fish and chip shop in Southend. Amazing fish and chips. That's lovely. And we just go to different restaurants. And
What was the one I forgot knife and forks for? Can you remember that one?
that was for the most amazing vegan, what's it called? Burrito. It was an amazing burrito. But I had to eat it all with my hands because Steve forgot about the knives and forks.
Although we did have them in the van, I just didn't remember until after we'd finished, which is a bit
He
embarrassing.
just liked to make me look very messy, that's what it was.
So that tends to be our jaunts out. We still do that, don't we? We got the van for that, which is really good. So we just
and we got porta potty in my van, so
all our little journeys out.
we've always got because I can't go far before needing a toilet, so having a porta potty is really good.
And then we had to get rid of the car, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got a new car. We've got a electric car now.
That's
Or
it.
Steve has. I can't drive anymore. I'm not allowed anymore.
Yeah, so the big old Sorrento had to go because it was too big for what we needed, and obviously at the back of my mind I always need to think that we've got a form of transport for emergencies, especially for yourself. So yeah, we got a little
Obviously we used to have the grandchildren in the car all the time, and
got all the feed and
they've got older
stuff
now.
down to the tip. So the van uses it for that, don't we?
Yeah.
And the little one we just use once or twice a week for shopping, really.
Yeah.
Short little jaunts, like when you went to the dentist. So that's what we covered there. nothing else much. We were still waiting on a problem with the house. Remember what that problem with the house is?
Subsidence. So we're getting all quotes at the moment to get the work done. They might have to take the whole conservatory down and redo it, or they might be able to do remedial work on it.
We'll wait and see on that one. So it's going to be a long time. Then hopefully we can get some decorating done into the rooms.
Yeah. Get
some colours or contrasting colours that make it easier for you. I think what I wrote.
We watched a really good film, didn't we? And she had some really interesting ways of managing.
Oh, because she was quite early in her PCA, wasn't she? So she had
very early in her PCA, and
all the frames of the doors are painted a different colour.
Different colours on the door front and door jambs, so that she knew which room she was in. I thought that was a brilliant idea. It was a really good film. I can't remember what it was called.
It was a 2-part series, wasn't it? It was all to do with living with dementia over 2 years, and one of the ladies had your problem, which was the PCA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we may do something similar to that. It works in the bathroom, but you're pretty good around the house, aren't you? You know where everything is. I think
most of it is red, isn't it? Because one colour I can see is red.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But there's not many colours I see properly anymore.
I think that's about it really. We've got nothing else that I can think of, no other changes. We tried to have some lights in the bedroom fitted through Alexa, like a little light.
Didn't last long, did it?
No, because of our Wi-Fi around here just plays up. Some nights it wouldn't come on when we asked her to, and then another time she did come on, we couldn't turn it off, so I had to take the bulb out. So that, not a waste of money. It might sort itself out in years to come, but at the moment we've compensated with a torch. So whenever you get... Why do I have to turn the torch on at night, Kim?
Because I get lost.
Explain how you get lost. What do you mean by getting lost?
I can't find my way to the toilet.
So you end up walking right round the bed to me and thinking and hitting all the walls to try and find the door. So yes, we've learnt that we do need a torch. It's all these little things as Kim's journey progresses.
Do it often.
No, it's only about once a fortnight, if that.
I don't do it that often.
Depends on your sleep pattern, doesn't it?
It does,
Sometimes if you're woken suddenly and you need to go to the toilet, it's like I get woken up and it's like you're in the opposite side of the room.
And I think the most unnerving one is when I fall asleep and I think I'm upside down. That's weird. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, so yes, we're learning with Kim's journey, and that's part of the reason with this video diary as well. We've learnt to adapt. We know that as she loses things, like with her hobbies, we just find something else to compensate. So like we said, music is a really big thing now, and singing, so we'll have to find that out. But as I said, we're gearing up now for Christmas, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'll try and start jotting down stuff as things happen, but I prefer doing it this way, which is just to let people know. Oh, what is it else you're doing? 'Cause something has come up on my email. You're doing another
research program. I can't remember what it is.
It's it's a strange one. It's called Spit and Move. It's the only way I can.
Spit and Move.
They need a saliva sample from you.
I remember that. You telling me that now.
And then you're going to wear something.
Oh, and I've got to wear a...
No, that's nothing to do with that. That's to do with your consultant. You've got another watch to wear, and you've got to wear it all day long, including at night time, so they can see your sleep patterns and things.
I won't like that because I don't like wearing my Fitbit at night.
Yeah.
So.
As long as we take, I'll have to make sure you take the right one off each time and not trying to plug in their watch into your Fitbit. So yeah, that will be research program number 7 that you'll have done, which will be good. So we'll keep you posted on that. We're just waiting to hear from them now, and then we can ask questions, because obviously with this movement watch, with you doing your exercises each day still, they're going to wonder why all of a sudden for an hour or so your movements seem to go ballistic. So we'll see what they say about that one. I'm going to finish on, because I remember writing this in the book actually, because again, unless people go back on your diary to try and figure out what it is you've got, I did write down trying to explain your sight loss, because this is the bulk of, you've got Alzheimer's, but your particular Alzheimer's affects your vision. So people just think, oh, it's sight loss, but it's not to do with that. Here it's got, because of Kim's PCA, posterior cortical atrophy, her sight loss is not like the kind where there is something wrong with her eyes. Her brain not only does not understand the signals from her eyes, but it changes those signals. For example, something that is moving may not start to move straight away, or she may only see 2 out of 3 objects on the table in front of her, or the colour is wrong, or left or right doesn't make sense. Moreover, a normal person who starts to lose their sight can learn new ways to compensate. Unfortunately, Kim can't do that. Her cognitive abilities keep declining, although she does understand what she hears. So it's trying to get people to understand, when we say she is severely sight impaired, it's not like blindness as in people who've got a sight problem. Yours is all to do with the signals that your brain gives you. So when you're looking, that's why you can't see the telly, that's why you can't see shapes, that's why you can't see colours. The signals are just totally skew-whiffed. So when I say to the left, Kim's reaching over to the right. If I say it's in the middle, she's moving over to a different angle. If I say it's next to an object, she won't see it. Another time she might do. It's the process in the brain, unfortunately, that's been attacked here. Obviously, do read up. There's a lot more information on the internet to do with PCA. And if anyone is wondering about their own problems, or maybe a relative or a loved one's problems, do look into it more.
And I think the most important thing was, with regard to my journey, was I was driving, night driving, and I was realising that night driving was becoming more challenging for me. But it was, Steve was in hospital, and I decided whilst he was there that I'd take the dogs to their dog training class. And as I drove home, I actually got confused and was driving into the oncoming traffic, and that really frightened me, and I knew at that point something was not right. But it took a long time for me to be diagnosed with PCA.
And in this case, it's listen to your optician. Because it was the optician in the end that picked up something wasn't quite right.
There's something wrong, there's a processing.
Yeah, and unfortunately not many opticians do pick up on that. It was only the fact that you were actually told to go to the opticians over at Allsit Hospital that they picked up.
The ophthalmologist.
Yeah, so please, keep up your eye tests on a regular, basis. And if something's doesn't seem quite right, do argue the point and mention that is there a possibility, is this something like PCA that you may have or a relative may have? So there we go. Right, okay, thank you everyone for listening to this little video diary of Kim's. We've just got to sort out washing. That's one job that Kim's can do. She's quite pleased, although she's losing the ability to do housework, which I'm sure she does on purpose. Cooking and stuff like that, or gardening, or looking after the animals. The one job she knows she can do is do the laundry, because that's fairly easy enough to do. Apart from my socks, because I have different coloured socks, so that can sometimes cause a problem. So we've got loads of washings to sort out, and then off out.
As you can see, I've got odd socks on today.
They're only slightly odd. The pink's there, and then we're off for a bite to eat. So thank you everyone. Stay safe, keep safe, and all look after yourselves. And we'll talk again soon.
Yeah.